Hello and welcome back to one of my favorite travel videos, where I share all the best tourist spots and food attractions in town, so stay tuned. This time I'm heading to Perth from Sydney. For those of you outside of Australia, Perth is the fourth largest city in the country, located on the far west coast. While Sydney is the largest per GDP, situated on the east coast. We flew with Qantas on one of their newest aircraft, which had attachable iPads for entertainment. They also served breakfast on board, and honestly, it was pretty good. Five hours later, we finally landed in Perth. My uncle kindly picked us up from the airport and offered to show us around the city for the day. He's a funny guy, and he made our trip really memorable.
Oh, pedestrian only.
With the amazing weather on our side, our first stop was Kings Park. He told us he brings every visiting relatives here, and I totally understood why. It's the perfect spot to view the entire city from above. Next, he took us to Hifumiya, the most famous Japanese udon spot in Perth. The queue is usually packed, so it's best to avoid the weekday lunch rush. You know it's authentic when they are making udon noodles right in front of you. We picked our favorite soup bases and added some tempura toppings. Absolutely delicious.
You look very fresh,
Riverside, but I prefer living in.
That night, we stayed over at our uncle's place in Mandurah, just an hour south of Perth CBD. For dinner, we dined at the best Chinese restaurant in Mandurah, Kowloon Restaurant, run by my uncle and his wife. We also had a lovely catch-up with my cousins over an amazing variety of dishes. Yummy! The next morning, after breakfast, my uncle showed us some of the quiet local beaches and nearby residential areas. One place had a modern Venice vibe, with canals and motorboats giving it an upscale feel. He told us this was where he brought my auntie on their first date, on the Broadwalk, a beautiful spot in Perth.
Fish market.
After that, we said goodbye to my uncle and took public transport back to Perth CBD to check into our hotel. We chose Rydges for its central location and great value. And just look at how clean and comfy this is. We freshened up and headed to Wildflower, the city's #1 fine dining restaurant, just a short walk away. The food is absolutely amazing and the location is perfect. Rooftop views from a heritage building gives a breathtaking bird's eye view of the city. We started with lobster and kangaroo tartare. The appetizers were divine. I highly recommend coming for lunch to enjoy both the food and the view. For mains, we had cod, Australian Angus tenderloin, served with some fresh salad. As always, we shared everything because we both love food. Dessert was lovely too. After that, we took a walk around the city and visited iconic spots like the London Court Shopping Arcade. Bell Tower and the beautiful Elizabeth Quay. Perth is such a charming city, just the right size, not too big or small. My partner is a hopeless sweet tooth, so we stopped for Japanese taiyaki ice cream at Rydges.
Makan.
Japanese souffle pancakes at Kumo Desserts. Look at that jiggle! Our friend Irene recommended us a famous Thai restaurant called Baan Baan, just nearby. Their papaya salad was made fresh in the traditional mortar and pestle. Super authentic. We also had our favorite pork jaw and pad thai. So good. At night, Perth really comes alive, especially on weekends. We had such a fun time soaking in the atmosphere. The next day, we rented a car to explore Perth's residential area. Property here is blooming, especially among investors from Sydney and Melbourne. Our cousin, who is a property lawyer, confirmed this trend. Before we began our property hunt, we stopped by at Portofino's for a relaxing brunch by the beach.
Beautiful. Amazing, thank you.
There are so many beaches here, and the Indian Ocean waves are perfect for surfers and dog walkers alike. After a few property visits, we stopped at Lakeside Joondalup, the largest shopping mall in the area. It has a great variety of stores. We love it. We also visited Westview Whitford City. Hillary's Boat Harbour. St. Mary's Anglican. And ended up at Westview Carousel for lunch at the Waverley Brew House. We chose it because we are from Waverley in Sydney. we wrap up our day in Rockingham. And fun fact, roads in Perth are toll-free, unlike in Sydney. So we really enjoyed driving around here. For dinner, we went to one of Perth's most popular spots. The place was packed and full of life. We started with scallops and white wine, followed by an amazing seafood pasta and duck dish. Desserts, a perfect lemon tart, absolutely delicious. Next morning, we returned to the same building as Wildflower for breakfast at Cathedral, a popular spot for both breakfast and lunch. We ordered a chicken burger, pancakes, and fish tacos. Yummy! Then we headed to the nearby Perth Mint to learn more about Perth's history and how it became Australia's biggest mining city. We ended up spending a few hours there. It was that fascinating. Right next door is Perth Cathedral, so we drop in for one of their masses. It's much more modern than St Mary's Cathedral in Sydney. Still full from breakfast, we skipped lunch at the Malaysian restaurant next door. to Fremantle. Just under an hour away by train, the Fremantle Markets are a must visit. So many things to eat, shop, or just admire. We grabbed some delicious Filipino ensaymada. Then discovered the corner of good food magic, which served freshly baked Turkish lasagna. It was so good, we highly recommend it. The owners were incredibly friendly and even offered everyone tea on the house. Another famous treat here is honey cake, a unique dessert you definitely have to try. After our hearty meal, we walk off the food at WA Shipwreck Museum, which showcases artifacts including a real-life Dutch-era shipwreck. If you have extra time, you can also visit Roundhouse and Fremantle Museum close by. Back in the city, we explore the State Library and the Art Gallery of WA. Even though we're not super artsy, we appreciate the diverse range of contemporary works. Dinner, we went to Authentic Bites Dumpling House. The queue was insane the day before, so we gave it a try, and it was totally worth it. Later, we had a second dinner at Hifumiya, which serves delicious and generously portioned tendon or tempura rice bowls. So good. The next day, we took the train to Beachside Station, home of Perth's biggest casino and entertainment complex, Crown Perth. It features 3 hotels, the stylish Crown Metropole or the second brother, which is our favorite. And the luxurious Crown Towers, the big brother. And the more affordable little brother Crown Promenade. Great if you're just here for the casino. We headed back to the CBD for lunch at Simple Italian Cucina Pizzeria. Their wood-fired pizza was to die for. After a stroll in the nearby park, we had our second lunch at Keisuke Tonkotsu for some hearty ramen. And that's it! Sadly, due to rain and storms, we couldn't visit Rydges Island to see the famous quokkas, but we'll definitely be back. See you in the next video!